Hey, welcome to my channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. And keep on rocking. Oh, and have a very nice day. We're going to be checking out a Stevie Ray Vaughan interview from 1987 in Montreal. And this was requested on YouTube a few days ago, so I'm going to be clicking screen record in 3, 2, 1.
Well, Stevie, first of all, I want to welcome you here to Montreal, welcome you to the show. And before we even start talking about your latest album, Live Alive, I'm really interested to sort of retrace your steps. I was catching up on your news and reading up a little bit on you, and I said, 8 years old, you formed your first band.
No.
No?
Not quite. Not quite. I started playing about then. My first band, I guess, was, I was about 11.
Wow.
That makes it much
That's
more
young.
easy for me to understand.
Young.
I mean, did you always know that that's what you wanted to do? I know that you wanted to start playing sax. What happened that you really were determined?
Basically, I saw my brother playing music, and not just to be like my brother, however, I'm sure that was involved, but I saw how much fun he was having with it. And I saw how much it meant to him and how much he was growing as a human being, you know. And I wanted some of it, you know. You look at somebody and you see that they've got some happiness, you want it, you know.
Yeah.
That's just human nature. And so I got into it, and I already liked a lot of the things I was hearing, and I just wanted to try to learn how to do it myself. You know?
Your brother used to bring home incredible albums that you would sit and listen to. Wasn't that,
I've heard
was
about
that
this, I
difficult for a
think.
kid your age? I mean, would you rather be playing outside, or was it like something that you really just felt the closeness to?
I felt the closest to it. I did both, you know. I went around and played like a kid, and then came back and listened like a kid to great music, you know.
What was the first stuff that really sort of got you going? Who got you going when you listened to them?
Lottie Mac, Buddy Guy, B.B. King,
Yep.
Howlin' Wolf, Jimi Hendrix, of course. 'Cause I was hearing them all about the same time, you know. I say about the same time. Of course, it took a while for Jimi Hendrix to get popular. However, my brother found the first single that he got, and I forget which one it was. I guess it was Purple Haze. He found it in a trash bin behind this.
Oh.
It was the forerunner of a video show. They had live bands. It was called something else, and there was they had played. My brother's band had played a gig there, and as they were loading out, he saw this 45 laying on the ground. He picked it up, and it was Jimi Hendrix's promotional copy. Brought it home, because he recognized the name from seeing a little blurb in the newspaper, and brought it home. And from then on, it was search and find Jimi Hendrix records. You know.
You do a lot of remakes on your, well, I wouldn't call them remakes because you really make them your own sort of on the album that we just have out now. And you did Superstition. I love that. I think what you did with that song was absolutely fantastic. Stevie Wonder loved it too. Did you ever get to speak to him and ask him what he thought about something like that?
Yeah, I did. He really liked the song. In fact, we ended up doing the mixing at his studio, and we've become pretty good friends. And looks like I may be going to play on his album here real soon.
What do you listen to today, Stevie? Who do you like to listen to?
Still listen to Lonnie Mac, Buddy Guy, Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf. I listen to the Thunderbirds a lot. I love their music.
His brother's band,
Omar and the
Jimmy.
Howlers. Colin James from up here. He's a good friend, and I love his music. A lot of times I listen to the radio. Not a lot of times, but quite a bit lately. Just to see what's going on. I flip around a lot, you know. I just listen to anything that's got soul.
When you think back to how you started and you think of yourself today, how have you progressed? What's really changed about Stevie Ray Vaughan, and what's stayed the same?
Well, I still love music of all kinds. I get real excited over a lot of blues, a lot of rock and roll. Well, blues and rock and roll to me, there's not a whole lot of difference. It's just blues played at a rock and roll beat. You know?
I kind of agree. But
I've changed in ways where I don't know if you know about it or not, but I've quit using drugs or drinking, and it's helped me a lot because now I have a chance to at least see what's going on and care about what's going on. And if I am at least aware of what's happening, at least I can know when somebody cares about me and return that. You know?
Yeah.
And for years and years, I couldn't do that because I didn't know. I would, of course, think I knew. I just returned love in all the funny places, you know.
Is it fair to assume that when you look at the acknowledgments on this last album, that there were a lot of people who stood by you and you really felt like you had to thank them? And you have a special thank you to your brother Jimmy, who helped you hear what you heard with your heart. And I'm not sure exactly what that means. It just sounds very beautiful, and I can sort of put my own connotations to that. But it just seems like you and your brother have a very special relationship.
Yes, we do. And we're looking forward to, we don't get to see each other very often, because they're out on their tours and we're out on ours.
Makes
so
sense.
It's kind of like ships in the night. We see each other very briefly, and hopefully someday soon we'll be able to change that a little bit, and maybe even work together.
Duos and stuff.
Yeah.
When you look at guitar players like Stanley Jordan and Stanley Clarke and stuff.
Jordan's so good, it's not fair.
He's a wonderful guy. So are you. He said the same thing about you when I interviewed him at the Jazz Festival. Honest to God, you can come to the office and screen the interviews. He did. I said, who do you like to listen to? He said, Stevie Ray Vaughan. So there goes that. But I mean, when you see all this kind of young musicians playing guitar that way, and there is something, blues are coming back in style, so to speak, jazz is coming back in style. Do you think that it's got something to do with the fact that you guys never really altered what you were doing? You stuck by your roots and you said, no, this is what I want to do, and that's why I'm doing it.
That's how we got the chance to do it, because the people who were playing it in the first place didn't change what they wanted to do. They did exactly what they wanted to, and it sounds like it because it's from the heart. And that's what we try to do, and it's helped us, and it's as the reward is that we get to play what we want to play. And it's accepted, and a lot of other people are getting the chance to do that. I'm not going to take any credit for doing this to the business of music, but it's just that I'm glad to be able to return that favor.
What about people now? Would you encourage them to go ahead and to get involved with blues if that's really what they want to do? Did people discourage you when you started?
Sure. They said nobody wanted to hear that. I just encourage people to play what they really like, because it'll sound like it, because it does come from the heart. It doesn't come from your hip pocket, you know. Anybody can make money if you believe in your music. You can make great music.
What
That's
about
a good
videos? You
quote
got
right
one
there.
that's hysterically funny, Cold Shot. I mean, I love that. Did you get involved with the scenario of that?
I love that
I had
video.
a lot of fun with that one. Everybody put in their ideas. DJ Webster came up with the idea, and we just got sicker and sicker with it, you know. And we had a lot of fun. We did a lot of things that didn't end up being used. Just different scenes for different endings and things that were quite funny, but and we threw the cake off the building and everything.
It seems fair to say that you look like you feel really comfortable in front of the camera, and I know that you're in a film. You want to tell us a little bit about that and when it's coming out?
Well, it's called Back to the Beach, and it should be out any time now.
I've seen a clip of it.
I just do a cameo in the film. I play myself playing guitar, and right-handed guitar, by the way.
Not left-handed, Tommy Schnurmacher.
Yeah. And the posters do have me on as playing left-handed. I guess it fit the picture better or something. I don't know. But it was a lot of. I've never done anything other than videos on camera before. It was just a lot of fun. There was a lot of people having a lot of fun while we were doing it, and it just made a lot of sense. It took one day for me to do what I did, and the on camera, and one day in the studio doing the track. So we just had fun with it, and I was really glad to be involved with it.
Would you like to get involved in film in a more actor sort of way?
Yes, in time.
We're going to settle with you just with what you're doing right now. Best of luck. We're really
Making me
glad to
happy
see you
and
back, and
sad.
I'm really glad to hear the good news. And hey, Stevie Ray Vaughan in Montreal en Musique Plus. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you so much. Oh, me. I just know y'all gonna be laughing at me.
Uh-oh.
Ici Stevie Ray Vaughan. How do you say it? Vous écoutez Musique Plus en stéréo. Okay. Ici Stevie Ray. Oh, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Ici Stevie Ray Vaughan. Vous écoutez Musique Plus en stéréo.
That face right there. I've seen that last little clip before. I know I've seen it somewhere. That. Oh, man.
I'm speaking French over
Oh.
there.
Oh boy.
Teared up from laughing.
They have files. They have files of this,
Oh, no,
and when they get bummed out, they go watch the stuff.
Oh, if he only knew.
Actually, I didn't want to tell you before, but you know what we're planning to do at the end of the year for our first anniversary is we're going to get a whole thing of IDs and put the bloopers together because everybody who speaks English who's done a French ID has had to do them a few times because the first one's gone like, oh shit, what did I do? So yeah, so we're going to do a whole series of bloopers on this.
Oh, well. Okay. Well, thank you so much for requesting that. I can't remember who requested that, but that was so informative and hilarious. I love Stevie's sense of humor. I think he started playing guitar around 8, but I had no clue he started his first band at age 11. I had no clue about that. And I did hear that he wanted to play saxophone. I do remember hearing that. And that's really cool. I also remember him saying in an interview, I think a few years before this, I think in 85, that he said that his brother Jimmy Vaughan would tell him not to mess with his guitars, and of course when Jimmy would leave, Stevie would mess with his guitars. And what year did the Fabulous Thunderbirds come out? Because I know he started that band, or that band became popular a lot sooner than Stevie's band did, I think. But there are a lot of interviews I have seen prior to this one in a lot of interviews where Stevie has said how much he loved his brother's band, which I just think is cool. And they did do an album together. I think it was Stevie's last album. Let me know in the comments if I'm right. I can't remember. Let me look up that album. I feel like I know it. Let me look it up. Okay, I think it's called Family Style or something like that, because I seem to remember the song TikTok from it. Yep, Family Style. Okay. That was a really good interview. That was in Montreal. I'd only seen that little clip of him at the end where he said, "I'm speaking French over here." I remember that little clip, but I didn't know where it came from. So thank you so much for sending me that interview. And I will be trying to get to a lot more requests, I promise. It's just we've been trying to get the rest of the house fixed. We've got the upstairs pretty much done, but we still got to get the basement done after that flood. So I'm trying my best to get through some of these reactions. But thank you so much for requesting that. Stevie was super smart. I could listen to him talk forever, tell stories. I love it. And I knew just about everybody he was talking about that he was influenced by, because I've heard him talk about them before, and I've listened to them after I've heard him talk about them. But thank you so much for requesting this. I really enjoyed it. If there are any more interviews or live performances of Stevie's or anybody else you would like me to react to, please comment that down below. Please like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell to get notified for new and upcoming reaction videos. My Facebook, so have a very nice day, and as always, thank you all for watching, and keep on rocking. Thank you all for watching, and thank you for all the suggestions, and keep on rocking. I will see you in the next video.